What's up guys, welcome to my at-home dojo, and today we are going through 3 ways to set up and land the head kick. Now today when we're talking about the head kick, I'm going to be working it off of a back leg roundhouse kick. So here I'm operating out of left stance and I'm going to be shooting my right leg roundhouse up to the head. However, these setups and the principles I'm going to talk about today, this could apply if you were working a front kick, so straight up through the middle, or if you're working a lead leg kick. So again, if I was the left side but I wanted to shoot that lead leg up to the head, these setups work all the way around. These are more principles for how you can ensure that when you throw your leg up to the head, that it hits and lands on that target, okay? So first one we're going to talk about today is a real simple one, is that you take it to the body to open up the head. Now, I say it's simple, but there's a bunch of ways of doing this. The most simple of it is let's say that we're working that roundhouse kick, is that in the fight, in your round, you start landing it and throwing it to the leg and also to the body, okay? And what you do is you lure your opponent and you draw their attention to that kick coming lower. They start defending it. Now remember, you're trying to land a head kick. So when we're kicking to the leg and we're kicking to the body, we're not too worried if they are defending it correctly. So if I'm throwing this body kick, boom, and they're getting their arm down every single time, that's exactly what I want. I want them to feel really confident with their ability to defend that kick. The idea here is that we're luring them in by constantly showing them this technique. They're seeing it over and over and they think that we're being predictable and easy to read. Now, this is the important pointer on this. When you eventually choose to throw the kick up to the head, it's important that your eyes remain on the body. So instead of me looking at the head and shooting my kick up there, I want to do the same thing. Everything needs to look the same, as if exactly the same thing was about to happen again, and they are worried about the kick coming to the midsection. And as I look to the body, boom, I shoot that kick up high and I land that head kick. Okay, that's number one. Number two is hiding the kick behind the hands, all right? So it's very typical, it's a real classic setup to throw it off of your back arm. So for example, I might work a combination of a jab and a cross. And off of this cross, I can then bring my back leg straight up, boom, and throw it to that target. Couple of reasons why this is so effective. So the first thing is, of course, I am distracting by throwing a technique to a different target. Different being that it's going to the front of their face as opposed to the side. So if I was to throw a hook or something, then they're already going to place their guard where I don't want it to be. I'm trying to draw their guard in front of them to then expose the side of their head. So by punching straight on, I can bring their guard in front and open up that head kick for me to strike, okay? Now, as well as this, we can use our punches to blindside our opponent. So when I've got my glove in their face, whether it be my glove or their hands coming up to defend, it makes it very difficult for them to see what's happening next. So from here, when I go 1, 2, and I use this punch, what I'm not doing is going 1, 2, full reset and fire. I'm trying to set it up that I go 1, 2, fire, and that kick comes straight up behind that back arm, okay? Now I'm showing it here left stance, but obviously if you fight off of the right stance, 1, 2, boom, you can come around the other side. It'll work all the same, all right? That's setup number 2 to land that head kick. The last one we're gonna work, now this one is exclusive to the roundhouse, is using the question mark kick. Now, for any of you that haven't heard of the question mark kick, the idea of it is that if you imagine your leg as a pen, it's like drawing a question mark from the bottom to the top. The idea here is, and when I'm facing you, I'm bringing my chamber up as if I was going to throw a front kick. So I may be operating that front kick to the midsection, I'm pushing and throwing that in, and again, I'm drawing their attention and I'm trying to make it look like I'm predictable and easy to read. At some point, I then bring it up, and then from here, I come around, up and around into that roundhouse kick up to the head. So if I show you on the bag sideways on here, I'm pushing in, boom, with that front kick. I'm drawing attention to their body. And again, whether or not it's landing doesn't particularly matter. If it's landing, that's great, because you're gonna start tenderizing them and they're gonna get really conscious about bringing their guard to defend it. But if they're defending it well, they're blocking it, they're parrying it, as long as you're in control with that leg, you're creating the setup. So at some point you lift, boom, and we bring it up and round over to the head. They get that initial reaction to drop their guard. From there, bam, we flick it over and we hit to the temple or to the jaw. So guys, I hope that was helpful. That's 3 setups for your head kicks. Whether you've got a punch bag or a partner with focus mitts or someone you can spar with, try and practice these setups, okay? Attacking the body to draw their attention and then looking down but firing up high. Disguising it behind the hands and throwing it off of the punches, and specifically to the roundhouse, that question mark kick. Get them thinking about one technique, get them thinking about that, to then bring it up and over into that head shot. Well, guys, get practicing, and I'll see you soon.